Iron Man is officially back with a brand new skin, along with his new secret mythic weapons and abilities, map changes, new boss, and everything that we are going to be revealing in today's video. And if you guys want to be gifted the Chapter 5 Season 4 Battle Pass, all you have to do is drop a like, make sure you are subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on, and leave your epic usernames down in the comments below. Also, make sure to add us on Snapchat for more giveaways, daily news, and special item shop gifting. So most of us are familiar by now with the secret Iron Man themed room that is located behind a hidden bookshelf over at Doom's static point of interest. This room is a full-on Iron Man shrine where all the items are themed around Tony Stark, but what a lot of people overlooked is the fact that these cardboard cutouts of Iron Man are actually showing a version of his suit and armor that is unreleased and that we've never seen before, which obviously left the Fortnite community speculating that this is a teaser for the new version of Iron Man that we will be able to unlock later this season. Fortnite is notorious for putting Easter eggs and secrets around Fortnite's island and map to tease what's going to be coming in the near future, and this is definitely one of those teasers, but luckily for us, we have many more Easter eggs and leaks that confirm Tony Stark will be coming back in Chapter 5 Season 4 to help us in the ongoing battle against Dr. Doom. In Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 4's launch trailer, we also had an early showcase and look at the upcoming unreleased Iron Man Mythics. Some people quickly realized early on that Gwenpool during the trailer is actually seen using the new and improved versions of both Iron Man Mythics that were initially added back in Chapter 2 Season 4. Those Mythics being Iron Man's repulsors and Iron Man's unibeam. OG players might have realized, but both of these Mythics are slightly different this time around compared to the Chapter 2 versions. The OG repulsors only had gloves that your character would wear, whereas featured in the trailer, the new one also has boots as well that allows you to fly and dodge mid-air, all while having a new visual UI that you can briefly see during the trailer, which again, the OG repulsors never actually had. The unibeam also looks upgraded as it's a longer lasting beam as opposed to the OG version where it let off a very quick shot, making it a lot more dependent on your accuracy where you were aiming. We can also see that the repulsors have a slam effect that allow you to slam and bash into the ground, causing a big shockwave of damage. Now, of course, with new and improved Iron Man Mythics, the next question is how are we actually going to obtain and get these Iron Man Mythics that are obviously going to be released later this season? And luckily for us, data miners already answered that question for us. This image was found showcasing a new Tony Stark themed location on the Fortnite map that was later discovered to be known as an Iron Man tech pod. We now know, thanks to data miners, that these new Stark Industry tech pods are actually going to be an exclusive loot area where only Iron Man Mythics can be obtained. They will also land at random areas on the map every single game, so it will not be a set in stone point of interest or landmark that is in the same location every single time. This is very similar to the Quinjets that we had back in the OG Marvel season, Chapter 2 Season 4, that would land at random areas on the map every single game, giving exclusive Marvel loot and weapons, but they were also guarded by NPCs to make it a little bit higher risk, higher reward, which is something that potentially could happen for these new tech pods also coming. There is also potential for Stark Industries to return as a full-on point of interest, since it was by far the most popular point of interest in the original Marvel season back in Chapter 2, but as of now, we don't have a lot of confirmation on whether or not it will be returning. Most of the leaks only confirm Tony Stark returning himself, along with these new tech pods to get and obtain the new Tony Stark mythic weapons that I know we're all excited for. Now, in terms of when Iron Man, his two revamped mythics, and the new tech pod landmarks are going to be releasing into the game, we have a pretty good idea thanks to data miners finding all the weekly quests for Chapter 5 Season 4. There is 6 weekly quests total, and parts to this season quest line for Part 5 is actually known as the I Am Iron Man quest line, which obviously confirms that Iron Man will be returning and also directly correlated to this season's quest and storyline and background lore that we have going on. Unfortunately for us, this also confirms that we won't see Iron Man or his new mythic abilities and weapons probably for another 3 to 4 weeks, as we only get downtime updates every 2 weeks in Fortnite, and this is a minimum 2 updates away, but the wait will definitely be worth it, as it's also confirmed that Tony Stark will also be returning as an NPC on Fortnite's island, a part of this new update bringing his skins, new mythics, and the tech pod landing marks. 2 of the small quests, a part part of week 5's challenges also go as follows. Talk to Iron Man about his equipment, and the next quest is search Iron Man chest and use his mythic weapons. Obviously, we can't talk to Iron Man unless he is an interactable NPC on the map and potentially a boss depending on where he is going to be located, but the fact that these quests also mention Iron Man themed chest returning also gives me hope that Stark Industries will actually be coming back this season as a POI, and that would make the most sense for where a Tony Stark boss or NPC would actually be located along with his Tony Stark themed chest. Then the Stark Industry tech pods that are already confirmed going to be coming a part of this update will also be smaller landmarks scattered around the outer parts of the island, so that way there is a good balance to acquire the Stark themed mythics and weapons. It was also seen in the Chapter 5 Season 4 launch trailer that the Stark rifles from Chapter 2 Season 4 are also going to be returning, as you can see some of Fortnite and Marvel's characters in the background actually holding and wielding these, which obviously they would not be featured in a new season trailer if they were not going to be released into the loot pool at some point. So I am very hyped about that because the OG Stark rifles from Chapter 2 were super overpowered and personally one of my favorite assault rifles we've ever seen. Now going back to Doom's static point of interest and the secret Iron Man shrine room, one thing the Fortnite community realized is that the new and improved Iron Man repulsor mythic seen briefly in the Season 4 launch trailer also has a new design and colors that don't match the OG Iron Man skin or the original repulsor mythic from Chapter 2, which further confirms that we will be receiving a new version of Iron Man, most likely as an item shop cosmetic or bundle. My guess is it will look similar to the cardboard cutouts that we can see in the Iron Man shrine room itself, but considering there are hundreds of Iron Man suits and designs from the comics and movies, Epic could add any of them. Probably the ones that line up with the comics, since this season's version of Doctor Doom is based heavily off the comics, but comment below what version of Iron Man you would want as a skin, and let me know who owns the OG Iron Man skin from Chapter 2 Season 4. I know there's some of you watching that probably have it, so shout out to all you OGs. Now we also have a few other aspects of the Iron Man update coming in week 5 that I probably should have mentioned earlier in the video, but I guess it's better late than never. The first of which is that it was confirmed by data miners that the Stark Industry loot drones that dropped Chapter 4 Season 4 mythics have actually been added back alongside the Chapter 2 Season 4 mythics, but of course they're not available in game yet, as they are going to be saved for the Iron Man update in a few weeks that is probably going to be adding some Iron Man points of interest where these loot drones will be available. On top of that, we also have this leaked loading screen that actually confirms that the original Tony Stark and Stark Industry Rift beacons that Iron Man actually used to help us defeat Galactus back in Chapter 2 are also going to be returning, as you can see Captain Jonesy America and the Tier 100 Shuri skin on top of one fighting off Doom's bots and soldiers, which again is going to be directly correlated to Iron Man returning and potentially even bringing back some of his points of interest, which hopefully is Stark Industries. Data miners also found this design for a scrapped time machine that they were originally going to use in Chapter 2, but was never ended up added to the game, so there is potential for this to be used during this season, either during an end of season live event or something to time travel us back before Doctor Doom got powerful, which would be kind of canny to the Marvel movies and how they took out Thanos. So that's just a theory, but I thought it was interesting enough to include in the video.